Hello and welcome to my TMNT layer. Today guys, I'm gonna just be giving an update on how high are prices for modern figures and what is too high in this time, because collectors out there seem to be complaining on, I would say modern figures um, that are way too pricey, and it's sometimes it's out of the budget of some people, and sometimes it isn't, or maybe you don't want to pay that high for a figure, and you're undecisive, you know and that's basically my topic now, because I've been getting a lot of debates on people when I go out there, and I see people sometimes asking, vendors or even other collectors, eh, to be reasonable on prices, and sometimes the seller doesn't want to go that low, and it's understandable because you know what you have sometimes, and out of that you're like, it was hard enough for you to probably get this figure for yourself or to sell, or sometimes like you came across it and in a different way, or you paid quite a lot for it, and now you're trying to sell it, and they want to actually give you a very low price, and you're not comfortable with that, and it's understandable, because even modern figures, believe it or not, have gone up in price. I don't know why. I mean, all these figures that I have here in front of me, I'm gonna be using these as an example. They're not that old. I would say they're 2012, maybe 2018. You know, around there 2020. From it varies around there, but around the 2000 era and up. So these are mostly just modern figures. I would say they're even they would consider these modern figures. And believe it or not, these figures have really like gone up like in price. They're pretty like, I would say, pricey for a figure. Like, you're sometimes like, why is the figure that high? And you're like, well, you know, it's either the market how it's selling, or sometimes it's either there's very few out there, or they didn't make that many, or there's different questions out there to be made. And the thing is, like, sometimes, like, it comes to that point where you're like, should I buy it or not? I don't want to spend too much on, you know on a modern figure. There's plenty other figures out there that I can collect. It doesn't necessarily have to be that one. So it sometimes varies on the collector, and you don't sometimes want to spend so much on an action figure, and that's when you start thinking, that why is it so high? And I'm gonna use the Muckman for an example. This Muckman is from the 2012 TMNT show, and this one has a story that they were he was gonna be canceled at first. He was not gonna be coming out. So they just made a very few of him out there. There's not that many this figure out there, so it's kind of a little bit pricey. I would say maybe it's from $50 and up, maybe. He used to be going for higher. Now I think he kind of like dropped a little, and it also depends on the seller who's selling him as well. You know, same thing with the Super Shredder from the 2012 show. Like, I remember this figure was like, I would say maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago. This figure was like really low. He was like $50, 40. I used to see some people selling him. Um, Now, if you want to get him, he's like, I would say over $100 or around that range. And I was lucky enough to get him because I actually picked them up from the Target the time that these figures were coming out. So he wasn't that difficult for me to obtain. Same thing from the Shredder from this line, from the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This Shredder, I don't know what was the deal with this one, but this one really went up there too. He got a little bit pricey, over the $100 range as well. You know, it just varies on figures. Same thing with Usagi. This one, he went up. I seen people sell them from like 50 and up, depending on the box of the condition. So, and all these have like similar things. Like this Mikey as well. Wrestling Mikey. I remember this Mikey. I went to my local Walmart. I picked them up for whatever they were selling at the time. I think it was 10.99 or something like that. Maybe lower. I'm not even sure. And I got them. Same thing with this Donatello. I think I got this one at a toy convention or something, like when Rise of the Ninja Turtles was showing on TV. I picked this one up. Now this figure is really pricey. I seen people sell them for like over $100 as well. So all these figures have very like hard to find, or either it's kind of like difficult for some collectors to obtain these figures. But sometimes you actually want to obtain these figures because you actually want these figures in your collection. So that's what keeps you, going on this. As a collector, sometimes you really want to collect certain figures. Sometimes you want to collect the whole line. Sometimes you want to get these for investment. Every collector has their own perspective. You know, so it varies, but as time goes on, I'm guessing things go up as well. At the same time, sometimes things go down. So it varies, guys. So, but in this situation, these figures are pretty up there. And also, there's quite a other few figures out there that are pretty expensive as well. I just wanted to give you guys a couple examples because I feel that like prices are like way too up at this point. So I don't know if it's the economy or sometimes it's the figures. Um, I don't know what it is, guys. So if you guys know what's going on in the modern figure market or what's going on with these figures, please let me know down in the comments below. You know, I want to like know myself because at this point it's like you don't know what to think. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to share that with you, give you how the situation is doing now. So if you like these type of videos, please leave a like, guys. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss none of my videos. And I'll see you guys on the next one.